What has been your thoughts so far about the theme of food security resilience at the intersection of development and emergency?
It's a great theme. I mean, it's really timely for the conversations that we're having in Washington, but more importantly for what our partners and our beneficiaries are experiencing in the field. We know that the dichotomy between emergency and development is not, it's not black and white, and they really are mixed, and understanding how we can better work and program more holistically to ensure that our programming spans people's opportunities and where they are, whether they're getting disaster relief or whether they're in recovery mode or whether they're in very foundational stabilizing food security activities that can help promote their economic welfare and their livelihoods and improve their nutrition. This is the perfect conversation for, I think, where the development community writ large is talking right now.
And to jump off of that, what has been your key takeaways from the plenary sessions that you've led, you've presented on, and the Rohingya crisis plenary from yesterday, and any other sessions that you've attended in these conferences?
I think the amount of learning and the amount of experience that we've already had operating in these very complex environments and working in this kind of gray area, this nexus, I think is pretty amazing, ensuring that we are learning and we are, sharing those learning opportunities so that we can apply that to our programs for better outcomes. That's the goal. I mean, that's what we really all want to do. And so I think that this has been a great opportunity to see we're already doing a lot of this work. How can we do it better? How can we collaborate more? And how can we learn?
And what are some of the key points that you yourself will take from the conference and take back to DC?
I think some of the examples that I've learned about this week, I mean, some of the challenges that affect some of the communities where we work, some of the issues with youth, that oftentimes they're not targeted appropriately or well, and understanding the role that they play in stabilizing the communities and in the future for their countries is really critical. I think understanding the different capacities that people need and how those need to be maximized, and that needs to be a conversation with the communities, but also with the government and the private sector. And so how do we bring all those together to really be more effective in our programming and create more durable solutions?
I've been speaking with a couple of the attendees, and it's nice to see that there are, the DFAs that are happening right now in Bangladesh. All of the teams are here, so it's really nice to see that exchange.
Right.
When sometimes when they're back in Bangladesh, they're not able to kind of have this space, right? So what do you think is the value add of having these learning meetings where implementers, practitioners, donor representatives are all in that one space for a couple of days? Yeah,
I mean, it's a great opportunity. I mean, we're all so busy. I mean, the challenges that we're confronted with on a daily basis, the environments we're working on, there's so many demands that sometimes it's really hard to give ourselves that time to stop and reflect. And you mentioned Bangladesh and the partners that are there. They have similar challenges, and maybe they didn't know it before, or maybe they weren't able to articulate it. Now they can think about, okay, wow, how can we come up with a solution, or who do we go to with this problem to really create and effect some change? And so I think it really enables that cross-fertilization of learning, of collaborating, of making sure we're not being duplicative. I mean, I think it really broadens our ability to be impactful in the programs that we do, and to really make sure that we're utilizing our resources in the best manner possible.
How do you see these meetings evolving?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are different opportunities. I mean, I know different parts of USAID does bring in partners. I mean, more at a national level usually, in terms of ensuring that we're all having these conversations together. We all have certain goals with respect to improving the poverty level, reducing malnutrition, creating more diversified economic livelihoods, improving education. We're all a part of those solutions, and so I think it's important to bring them together. I think with respect to what we've been doing, I mean, I think going forward, there are a lot of opportunities raised in terms of how do we maximize some of the gains that we have made and really make sure that we're integrating those into our programs. And I think that this is really only not one of the ways, but one of the best ways to do it in person and talk, because it really brings home the messaging and internalizes it to a broader swath of people. So we're able to see parallels between different countries and the common denominators, and some of the common solutions or more creative solutions maybe we hadn't thought of on our own.